Hello YouTube and welcome to this new episode of Why You Should Be Staying Natural, where we're going to dwell into the psychological aspects of PEDs and the reason why a lot of guys actually jump on them. You see, for a lot of guys, we start lifting because we're slightly insecure about ourselves and the body that we have doesn't match the image that we picture in our mind when we think about a vessel that would make us feel good about ourselves. Sometimes we also believe that the image that other people have of us is poorly influenced by the skinny body that we might have or the fat rolls that we might showcase, the fact that we're overweight, underweight. All of these things play a role and we want to be perceived a different way. In reality, that's what lifting is. You're sculpting a body that is going to make you feel comfortable about yourself. And once that happens, you're going to feel much more confident and you're going to exude that confidence. So, in a sense, it's a double effect, right? Yes, other people are going to see you buff, ripped, and it's attractive. Those are attractive traits. But on top of that, you're going to exude that confidence. You're going to be much more alpha, in a sense, which in reality just means that you're happy with who you are and you finally love yourself. And that's a great thing. For me, that's the best thing that can happen to you when you start lifting. It's to reach that point where you finally feel at home. Your body doesn't feel like your enemy anymore. You're not ashamed of it. And that can be taking many forms, right? It can be for some people to be slightly higher body fat, but finally have that big body that you've always craved. For other people, it's going to have a very ripped six-pack. We're all different, but what matters is that at the end, we're finally content. And you will find also that being content is not the end of the road. You can always get better and better. But now that evolution, everything you do comes from a place of well-being. You're not fighting against your demons anymore. You're not fighting to finally craft something that you're not ashamed of. And that's a beautiful thing. But the issue is, if you inject PEDs in the mix, no pun intended, this delicate balance just crumbles completely because they do not serve the same purpose as natural lifting. There is, in my opinion, a part of you that will always know that what you built was not built just by yourself. When you build a body naturally, it can be rebuilt naturally. It just makes sense. It's yours for the rest of your life. Until your body starts naturally producing the hormones that allow you to build the muscle, it's not going away ever unless you get really sick. But with PEDs, you are now subservient to that substance because without it, all of your muscles do not exist. That's the reality of the situation. A lot of guys delude themselves thinking, no, I'm just doing TRT doses. No. Without that TRT dose, you're nothing. You don't exist because you robbed your body the ability to produce the hormones naturally. And that to me is not self-confidence. It is not it is not your inner self trusting yourself, and it is not something that is healthy for your mind and for just your evolution in life in general. Because in reality, what you did was you used a crutch to push away the insecurities, but now without the crutch, those insecurities are going to come back. And from the experience I've had with people who took those products, sometimes they make the insecurity worse. This is why people talk about road rage, and they say that those products make people behave poorly. There is some truth in it in the sense that yes, you're injecting yourself with male hormones, which tend to make you more energetic, more aggressive, but it doesn't turn people into bad people. It does, however, heighten the insecurities that you already have. So if you're a short guy and you thought that jumping on those products would suddenly make you feel better about yourself because now you're big, guess what? It's not going to work. You can be 400 pounds, it's not going to work because you failed to realize that what you should have been doing from the start is being content with who you are and then working on yourself naturally, not getting that crutch. Because if that crutch doesn't work, and if on top of that it makes the insecurities worse, what was the point of that in the first place? And the issue too is that those guys who are insecure, take the products. The insecurity go away a little bit, but then it comes back stronger. What is their reaction for the most part? They take more and more and more. Few of them actually say, okay, this is making it worse, I'm throwing my life away, let me stop. They just take the next step and then the next step because they think in their head, hey, if I just get a little bit bigger, if I get a little bit leaner, then I'll finally feel good about myself. But they're doing that by injecting more and more hormones that are going to make their brain chemistry completely whack. So they can never actually reach that inner peace. It's out of reach, literally. And it's something I want to help people on this channel avoid at all costs. It is perfectly fine to feel insecure. We all feel insecure to a certain extent, right? And when you're young, when you're a young man, your teenage years are the worst for that, right? Because you are trying to build yourself, you're trying to become the person that you're going to be for the rest of your life. And when you have no direction, lifting can be a good thing. It's something that, in my opinion, is beneficial for everyone. Even if you don't want to push it to the next level, it's going to help you in every single aspect of your life. And yet, so many teenage kids, because of bad influences, end up jumping on PEDs and they throw away that aspect of lifting that for me is the most beneficial. It's the mental aspect, building that confidence, proving to yourself that you have the ability to change your life. You have the ability to change your body. You can make your body into whatever you want it to be. And you don't need products. You don't. The only thing you need is hard work and patience. The rest is just dust. It's just illusion powder. And it doesn't lead anywhere, or if it leads to somewhere, it's down a path of destruction. And the thing too is that a lot of these kids get influenced by older men who exude that confidence and they think to themselves, well, if I do what he did, then I'll feel good. Well, you don't know if these guys are actually confident because you only see them when they film. But look at the amount of pain, look at the amount of suffering, look at the amount of bodybuilders who die very young, who end up going down dark path, who have issues with the justice system. All of that stems from that pool, that bubbling pool of insecurity that they never actually manage to get a handle on. And for me, this is something that needs to be controlled early on because it's going to make your life as you grow older much better. You don't want to wake up one day in your 40s and still be one of those guys that has no control over their emotion. This is not a good way to lead your life, in my opinion. So that's it for this video. I will keep posting videos when I try and encourage you to stay natural. We're going to discuss the advantages and as always, this channel is dedicated to natural bodybuilding and I hope that you stay on the right path as well. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.